Within the language sciences, the prevailing view is that words are arbitrary. That means that words do not sound like what they mean. Take, for example, the word purple. Does the word purple sound like what it means? Does the sound structure of this word resemble the color? No, it does not. And in fact, this becomes apparent when you translate this word to another language. For example, my native language, German, the word for color is lila. Lila and purple are two completely different sounding words for the same meaning. So this arbitrariness of language is thought to be one of the defining features of language. But contrary to this prevailing view, I find in my own research, based on statistical analysis of hundreds of sensory words, words for perceptual impressions, that in fact, many words do sound like what they mean. This is particularly the case for auditory words like beep, which sounds a little bit like a beep, squealing, which sounds like a squealing sound. This is called sound symbolism. Sound symbolism is also apparent in the domain of touch words. For example, rough indeed sounds rougher than smooth. It's only within words for visual impressions that there's a lot of arbitrariness. For example, purple and yellow do not directly connect to the meanings. But what is it that makes a word sound symbolic? To give you one example, if you analyze hundreds of words for rough and smooth surfaces in the English language, it turns out that words for rough surfaces, like rough, prickly, and rugged, disproportionately have R's in them, in fact 70% of the words. If you look at words for smooth surfaces, like smooth, oily, and sleek, those words tend to not have R in them. So the sound R seems to be inherently connected to the notion of roughness and irregularity. So what do you do with knowledge like this? To give you one example, this has applications in business. For example, in the domain of branding and product naming. If you were to develop a product, like a beauty product for smooth skin, it would be not a good idea to name that product Ross. Probably Flays might be a better name. And so knowing about the sound associations in a language actually gives the customer the right impression about the product. But besides these business applications, the bigger question here is really, what do words mean? Where do words come from? And what are the defining features of human language? And my work shows that contrary to the prevailing notion that languages are entirely arbitrary, in fact, it is the case that many words sound like what they mean, and that words are inherently connected to perceptual impressions like sounds and feelings. Thank you.